Welcome to the Duck Dive, where we try to unpack some complex ideas, giving you a shortcut to really being well-informed. This is episode 24 of our Deep Dive series, and today we're embarking on a journey into the really extraordinary insights of the 12th century Persian poet and mystic Attar of Nishapur. Our mission today is to explore his, let's say, profound philosophical understanding of the prophet's nature and cosmic significance. We're moving, far beyond just a historical account, really digging into a worldview that kind of challenges us to reconsider the very essence of human existence and its connection to the cosmos. Now, just a quick heads up before we dive in. Today's deep dive distills some incredible insights from a series of conversations with brilliant Iranian philosophers, including Dr. Ibrahim Dinani and Dr. Esmail Mansouri Larijani. This comes from about 40 audio files in a series called Marifat. We've really poured our best efforts into capturing the profound spirit of their discussions. And we hope you feel the richness of the original material, even if maybe a few nuances might shift slightly in translation. We're just really excited to share this wisdom with you. So let's unpack this. We're kicking off with one of Attar's truly profound poetic descriptions of the prophet. It's from his Musibatnameh, the Book of Sorrows. He writes, "From Muhammad is the sadr and badr of the world." Now that line is just packed with meaning, isn't it? It gives us two incredibly rich concepts right off the bat. Sadr and badr. What's the key to understanding these terms, in Attar's context?
Well, what's fascinating here is how Attar elevates these terms, like way beyond their surface meaning. Sadr isn't just about a temporal beginning, being foremost in just a chronological sense. It signifies the fundamental source, the origin, or even like the root of existence itself. Think of it as the highest seat, the very principle from which everything emanates.
Okay, the highest seat. The core principle.
Yeah, exactly. And badr, well, that means moon or light, so it clearly symbolizes illumination, guidance. So together they portray the prophet not just as, a historical figure, but as the cosmic origin and the guiding light for all creation.
Wow. That's a huge philosophical statement right there. And this idea of the prophet as a source, it immediately brings us to a really powerful connection Attar makes, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Linking to that well-known sacred tradition. If not for you, I would not have created the heavens universe. Loulak lama khilaqt الافلاك. This isn't just pretty poetry, is it? It sounds like he's introducing the concept that the prophet is the cause of existence, the ilat ikanat. Yes, exactly. And it pushes beyond just poetic imagery. It raises this incredibly important question, one that really flips our usual understanding on its head.
Which is?
Is humanity here for the universe? Or is the universe actually here for humanity?
Right. Most modern thinking might lean towards the first one, yeah. Humanity as a sort of cosmic accident.
Right. But Attar implies something, well, far deeper, more radical even. The universe exists for the perfect human.
For the perfect human. Why?
Because it is humanity that truly grasps meaning. He talks about the human as the locus of truth, the hakikat. Without the human, especially the perfect human, meaning itself wouldn't fully exist or be understood in the same way. This isn't just a religious claim. It's a profound reorientation of humanity's place in the cosmos. It's just that, purpose and understanding are actually central to creation.
That's a truly revolutionary idea, meaning as the reason for creation with humanity at its core. So if we're thinking about human excellence through Attar's eyes, he makes another really fascinating distinction. It's not about being superior to human, but rather superior human, bashar-e-bartar. What does that mean for prophets? Are they like a different species or something?
Not at all. And that's absolutely the crucial point here. Prophets, according to Attar, aren't beings of a different kind. They are entirely human.
Okay.
But they embody the absolute pinnacle of human potential within the human realm itself.
In it, okay.
Their greatness lies precisely in the fact that they achieve this perfection as humans, showing all of us what humanity is truly capable of. So when Attar speaks of the prophet's sadr status, his sourceness, let's say, it's not primarily about his physical historical existence. That's bound by time, obviously. Instead, it signifies a deeper, timeless meaning. One that exists above time, Foxamon. It exists in these other realms of time, described as Dar and Sarmad. These terms refer to distinct levels of, eternal or perpetual time, transcending our linear past, present, future. They point to a more primordial reality.
Okay, above time. That definitely sets the stage for this compelling paradox Attar introduces. We are the last, the foremost. Nanu al-Q and al-Sabiqun. I mean, on the surface, that sounds like a total contradiction. How can you be both the last in line and the very first?
It sounds like one, but it's seen as a profound spiritual truth. It means the prophet is indeed the final prophet in the historical sequence, right? He completes the lineage of revelation.
Yeah, okay, the final one chronologically.
Yes, yet simultaneously, he is the primordial, the foundational foremost in terms of the origin and the intrinsic meaning of creation itself. His spiritual reality precedes everything else. It is from the very beginning in that timeless sense we just talked about.
I see. So last in time, but first in meaning or essence.
Exactly. And we see this echoed in certain sacred traditions, like sayings such as, "We glorified God and the angels learned from us," or "We are the teachers of Gabriel and Israfil." These illustrate a deep spiritual precedence, not just a historical one.
And Rumi gets right at this too, doesn't he? Though in form, I am born of Adam, in meaning I am Adam the ancestor.
Perfect example. It really underscores this idea of a primary essential meaning that exists outside or maybe above linear time.
It really does. And for you listening, just think about how this perspective challenges our usual, straight line understanding of history and individual greatness. Could this concept of a foremost essence apply to other profound truths or principles, things that sort of transcend their historical appearance? What does it even mean for something to be both the end and the beginning? Lots to think about there. Attar also gives us these incredible comprehensive descriptions of the prophet. He calls him the son of the world nurturing religion, the master commander of prophets, leader of prophets and messengers, and crucially, the role model for the first and the last, mutaraye avalinva akarin. What makes him the ultimate mutada? Why is he the one to be followed above all others?
Well, mutada isn't just someone to follow. It implies embodying the excellent example, the uswatun hasana mentioned in the Quran. The prophet's inherent perfection, in this view, means no one can surpass him as a comprehensive guide. Because he represents the most complete and universal expression of human potential, he naturally becomes the perfect role model for everyone, across all times, the first and the last of humanity.
So there just isn't a higher or more complete standard to follow.
That's the idea. There simply isn't a higher, more holistic standard from this perspective.
And this inherent perfection, it extends right down to his very speech, doesn't it? Attar describes the prophet as truthful in word on earth and in heaven, Sidika quali zamin va asiman. What does it mean for his words to be true in every realm, like earth and heaven?
It signifies that the veracity, the truthfulness of his sayings holds across all levels of existence, the physical world we're in, the angelic realms, even the divine presence. His truth is seen as universally applicable, not just confined to a specific time or place or context. It resonates everywhere.
Universally applicable.
Yes. And this is why Attar uses such profound imagery, like 100 worlds in one world, Sad Jahan Daryak Jahan, and describes him as pure detached from the world, Pakas Jahan.
Okay, pure from the world. How does that connect to encompassing all realms or having truth that applies everywhere? That seems key.
It's directly connected. The prophet's ability to encompass all realms. Think of his spiritual ascension, the mirage, his mystical journey through the heavens. It stems directly from his complete detachment from worldly attachments, from being tied down.
Ah, okay.
Purity from those entanglements allows for a boundless comprehension of all worlds. Think of it like this. If you're completely tied to one place, you can't truly experience or understand another. But if you are pure, if you are, let's say, detached from any one particular world or perspective, then all worlds can reflect within you. Their truths become accessible.
That makes sense. The less attached you are to one thing, the more capacity you have for everything else.
Precisely. And maybe for you listening, how might cultivating that kind of purity, that detachment from maybe limiting worldly ties, influence your own capacity for understanding and insight day to day? It's a powerful thought, isn't it?
It really is. Wow. And this idea of profound attachment leading to universal understanding, it brings us to another revolutionary concept from Attar. His actions are both proof and miracles. Fili uam hujat vaham mujizat. What makes every action of the prophet inherently miraculous? Because, we often think of miracles as like big flashy things, parting seas, bringing the dead to life, that sort of thing.
Right, the extraordinary events. But for Attar, it's broader, deeper. The prophet's very existence, his gaze, his speech, even just the way he walked.
Yeah.
These are considered inherently miraculous because no one else can replicate their profound impact or their essential nature.
So it's not just what he does, but the essence of how he does it and who he is while doing it.
Exactly. It's not just about the outward form of the action. His every act carries a unique, inimitable truth and power because it stems from that ultimate purity and connection we talked about. Take the famous example of the pebbles testifying to his prophethood. Attar suggests, and others too, that it wasn't that the pebble suddenly began to praise God for the first time in this worldview. Everything always praises God.
Okay.
But the prophet's presence, his being, made their eternal praise audible to others. He revealed a universal truth that was always there, but just hadn't been perceived before.
Ah, I see. So the miracle was in the revealing, the making perceptible of an existing reality.
Precisely. Revealing the hidden truth.
And Rumi connects to this so beautifully when he says, when the prophet shouts from outside, the soul of the community prostrates within.
Yes. It implies that these miracles, these actions, connect the divine message directly to something deep inside us, doesn't it? To our innate human disposition, our spiritual core, what's called the fitra.
Right. It bypasses the ordinary senses sometimes and speaks directly to the soul. So again, for you listening, how does this expanded definition of miracle maybe encourage you to perceive the extraordinary potential or the inherent truth in actions, words, or even just presences that might otherwise seem ordinary? It's like a call to look deeper, isn't it?
Definitely.
Okay, moving towards what Attar sees as like the very core of existence, he offers this profound idea. The universal intellect of all the world is his. Every part becomes whole through faith in him. That's akle kole yumlaye alam ane uko shode harjuzuv as iman iu. This universal intellect, akle kol, that sounds like a massive concept. What does it mean for any part, like an individual, to become whole through faith in him?
It is a huge concept. Akwe Kol is often seen as the first creation, the primordial intelligence encompassing all potential knowledge and wisdom. So the idea here is that by truly receiving and integrating the prophet's message, which is seen as embodying the totality of this universal intellect, any individual who is just a part of the whole can achieve spiritual wholeness. They align with that ultimate reality.
So connecting with his message connects you to the universal intellect itself.
That's the essence of it. And Attar even gets into this sort of artistic, symbolic play with letters to illustrate this profound link. He points out that the prophet's name, Muhammad, or Yitheyu, has two mims, while the world or universe, Alam Joyi, has one mim.
Yeah.
And also Ahmad, another name for the prophet, differs from Ahad, meaning the one God, by just that single letter mim.
Ah, that's clever. So it's not just wordplay.
No, it's symbolic. It highlights the prophet as the profound link, the very bridge or isthmus, Barzak is another term sometimes used, between the creator, Ahad, and creation, Alam. He bridges the divine and the manifest worlds through that mim of Muhammad Ahmad.
Wow. So he's depicted as, like Attar says, the candle that gathers both worlds, Shami Jami Hardu Alam, a unifying spiritual light bringing everything together.
Exactly, a unifying light. And this light brings together all enlightened beings, prophets, sages, mystics, past and present. It really resonates with that mystical concept of Jamal Jam, the gathering of gatherings.
Gathering of gatherings. What does that imply?
It's not just about things coming together physically. It speaks to a profound spiritual reality where all the diverse aspects of existence, all truths, all perfections, ultimately find their convergence in unity in the prophet's ultimate reality. So, like all rivers flowing into one single ocean. It's the ultimate synthesis point.
The ultimate synthesis. Okay. And this leads us naturally to the concept of Qiyamah, usually translated as resurrection. But Attar's understanding, coming from the root Qiyam, which means standing up, uprightness, straightness, it sounds like it's much more than just a future event, right?
Yes, very much so. For Attar, and in much of this mystical tradition, Qiyamah signifies truth, righteousness, a revelation of inherent straightness or uprightness. It's not just a future event, though it includes that, but it's also a profound state of being, a calling to embody truth and straightness in our very existence right now.
Like an internal rising up to truth.
Exactly. Think of Imam Khomeini saying, he said something like, unless a human rises in the Mohammedan stature, they have no resurrection. That beautifully links inner truthfulness, righteous living, that standing tall in truth, to the ultimate realization of Qiyamah. It suggests that true resurrection is fundamentally an internal process of aligning oneself with absolute truth and uprightness modeled by the prophet here and now.
What a truly illuminating deep dive this has been into Attar Nishapuri's insights. Just incredible. His perspective on the cosmic role of the prophet, the nature of meaning, that internal journey toward wholeness. Attar really challenges us, doesn't he, to rethink our conventional views of history, humanity, even what a miracle is. He takes concepts we think we know and just spins them, inviting us to see them in a completely new, much deeper light. So, as we conclude this deep dive, let's leave you with a provocative thought from Attar himself. He states, Ahmad is born as a healer in the world.
100 resurrections are hidden within him. And then he asks this question. From him, Qiyamah is questioned. How far is the path from Qiyamah to Qiyamah?
That's a powerful question. If Qiyamah means straightness and truth, as we discussed, and the prophet embodies his ultimate uprightness, then here's something maybe to ponder for yourself. What specific straightness or truth in your own life might you need to see or perhaps bring forth to experience your own Qiyamah?
Right. What does it really mean to go to Qiyamah, see Qiyamah in your personal quest for truth and understanding? Definitely something to mull over. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep seeking, keep pondering, and keep unveiling wisdom.